better because he thought he was not going to be able to walk you down the aisle. Like, we were scared he was not going to be able to walk you down the aisle. And that's what scared him.
Did he tell you that?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
He was crying. What's up, y'all?
This is Beyond 21.
I'm Caitlin.
I'm Callie.
And happy late Thanksgiving to y'all out there listening.
Happy late Thanksgiving. Hope everybody got their bellies full and had leftovers for days.
Oh, Callie's got about 11 eggs sitting in there waiting on me. What's your favorite Thanksgiving dish? Like, if you could only have one thing, what would you want?
I really want to go for deviled eggs. Well, I think I will go with deviled eggs. I was going to say not deviled eggs because they don't probably hold as much protein as like a dressing would, but we don't even eat the dressing with the chicken in it, so
It had chicken in it.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
I didn't taste a single
It was
bit of
shredded. Real fine.
Well, usually I feel it, but anyway, I'd probably go deviled eggs just because, you know, you get the protein from the eggs. I got them pickles in there. I made it, so
I'm going to have to... See, mine's a toss-up between the deviled eggs and the macaroni and cheese, but I think I'm going to have to pick the deviled eggs because the macaroni and cheese is... I eat it more often than I get the deviled eggs. But the deviled eggs with those, like, I ate 2 different people's deviled eggs this weekend. And then they aren't as good as yours and Mama's.
Okay, so here's the real question, though. Whose is better, mine or Mama's?
They taste the exact same. I like yours better, I think, because you have more paprika and pickle on them.
I put more paprika and pickle. I make sure it tastes like pickle and paprika.
I like that. Now, if you guys want to learn how to make Callie's deviled eggs, well, you probably won't be able to because you don't have the homemade sweet pickles. But if you make your own homemade...
Oh, you're talking to them.
Yeah, them. If you don't have your own homemade sweet pickles, make your own homemade sweet pickles and then try Callie's deviled egg recipe.
It's not everybody's...
Or just use sweet pickles instead of dill.
Just use your best pickle that you like. Whatever pickle you like to be in a deviled egg or whatever, just use what you like because, you know, what you like may not be what I like or vice versa. So
yeah. And Callie's got a video on her TikTok you can go and watch.
I was going to make
her pickles or her deviled eggs.
I made half a video yesterday of how to make the potato salad since last year I made the pickled or the deviled egg one. But I got like halfway through it and I was like, I'm bored with this. Like I'm tired of making this and it's just not even worth it. And I'm glad I didn't continue to do it because I didn't get done making the stuff. I started at like 11 or 12 and I didn't get done till close to 3 with all of it because I made both and like
at the same time.
Yeah, like I boiled all the eggs at
How
one
many
time.
eggs did you boil? Do you even know how many you made?
24 whole eggs is what I boiled.
48.
No, I used
halves.
6 for the potato salad.
Oh.
I used 18 for deviled, so 13 halves or 36 halves for deviled eggs.
That's a lot of eggs for a family of 12.
The bowl that I got out, for the deviled eggs, I thought this is too big of a bowl. Started putting them all in there, and I was like, this is too small of a bowl.
Did it fill the bowl up?
I had to stack them on top of each other.
Oh, I thought you meant of the scoopings of the yolks before you started making. I was like, oh.
But I did use the same pot, like, for everything. Like, the pot that I used to boil the eggs, after I got the eggs dumped out, I used that same pot for the potatoes to boil. After I dumped that out, I drained the potatoes and put the potatoes back in there so I could mix in that same bowl so I didn't use like 50 different bowls.
Hey, I hate using that many bowls because then by the time I'm done like cooking, especially like when you do cakes, you have to use so many different things and that irritates me. And then you have to set it.
It's exhausting.
It really is. But you know what? Kudos to you. You popped off with the deviled eggs. A deviled egg hate to see the Jolly family coming.
That's a fact. Like, okay, now let me explain really quick why I made so many. So I was originally only going to cook, I think, 12 whole eggs, so 24 halves for our family, which would have been 2 apiece. If everybody would have ate one, 2 apiece. That doesn't give a lot of room for
leftovers.
I
ate 3 eggs last night.
I could eat 3. You could eat 3. Bo had 3. I don't know if he went and got more. And they're not big, so it's not like if you get like 5, it's a big. To me, that's not a big deal because like they're small. Like you're not
But when you eat like scrambled eggs, you're probably eating 2 to 3 whole eggs.
Yeah,
that's 6 halves.
See? So it's really not that much when you think about it. And like I said, I was only going to cook 24 halves. But then the other day, my mom had said something to me, and she said, how many eggs are you planning on cooking? I was like, probably just 12, for the deviled eggs. And she was like, well, Caitlin said she wanted 4 to herself, so you might want to cook some more than that. And I was like, 4? Like, to herself? I thought, that's a lot. So, and I say that because, like, I don't expect that from you.
Yeah, I just started eating deviled eggs last year.
And then I thought, what if everybody else wants 4? And I was like, that's a lot of eggs for me to cook. So I thought on it. And then yesterday, before, like right after we got out of the bed, I had said something about how many eggs we had. And I was like, well, I got 18 in there. I'll do 6 for the potato salad, and then I'll have 12 left. And Hunter was like, you don't have 18 eggs in there. And I was like, how don't I? Because we just bought. I said, that thing fills up. It's 18. And he was like, no, like I used 2 for the blueberry muffins. And
I was like, eggs in blueberry muffins?
The Betty Crocker ones.
Oh.
Calls for eggs.
Gag.
So, I was like, well, dang, I can't just make 10 eggs. And then, like, that's just not going to work. And I was like, we got to go to the store. He said, I just asked you yesterday if you needed anything from the store when I went. And I said, I didn't think about it, okay? Like, let's just go.
He ought to know. You don't be thinking
sometimes. Let's just go to the store. And so anyway, I convinced him to go with me, and we just went ahead and got Waffle House for breakfast. And we went to Ingles, and I was just going to get a 6-pack of eggs. And then he was like, you just might as well go ahead and get the 12. Like, they're all just about the same price. Just get the 12. And I was like, okay. So I got the 12. And I pull up in here, and I had an abundance.
And I pull up in here.
I had an abundance of eggs, but now we only have like 6 left, I think. So,
but there was leftover eggs. People got to take some home, and everybody was happy.
Exactly.
And honestly, we cleared 3/4 of the bowl.
Yeah, and I'll say, like, they've got room in there now. They were sliding around when I was bringing them in the house yesterday night whenever everybody was done and we came back home. But when I took them out the door, they weren't moving because they were
they were stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, it was a lot. And, yeah.
I'm going to get some before I leave here today.
That's fine. And I'm honestly surprised the potato salad went out like it did. Like, there's only like a clump this big left.
Hey.
I could eat that.
People won't eat it.
I might
take it to Mama's when we go. We're gonna eat leftover for lunch.
I got leftovers in here though. Might
get a little more.
Gotta
get a little more. But then after we ate supper, we did this little funny painting thing where you draw names and you have to paint the person. Like,
oh gosh, it was great.
These pictures. You can't see them, but let me just get mine down. Oh, I don't know if I can. I can't reach it, but Kallie might can reach hers. We'll try to get it sometime and let you guys see it. You've seen it in the background, but you draw names. They're random. You don't tell anybody who you got, and then you paint them. And they never look good. Like, they never look good. They're not going to look good because most of the time you've not got an artist in your family,
Except for Mama.
Yeah.
Kallie.
Mama won by far. The people on Facebook were voting for her picture of Granddaddy. But we'll post the TikTok video within this podcast somewhere, and then you guys can watch and see how funny.
We could do that, like, after our little intro. Like, we just say, take a look. And then,
okay,
take a look. And then, we get into our next.
Okay, so you guys, take a look. Here's the video. All right, Kallie. So, What's the topic today?
So we're going to be talking about my actual wedding day because we didn't really get to talk about it. And even though that was a little while ago now, it's not even really been that long. It's like a month and 2 days.
Feels like it's been 2 years.
I know. It feels like we've been married for at least 6 months now. And I think it's because we had our house exactly 6 months in October.
Yeah.
And so just getting married like that just fully sealed the deal because like I was able to stay here all night instead of 10 o'clock I go home, because every morning I would wake up and I would get over here because I already had all my stuff moved in over here pretty much to get ready with all my clothes, like everything was over here that I needed on a daily basis. So I would wake up in the morning for Mom and Daddy's house and I would drive over here, I would get ready, and then I would that night we would eat supper here, like we would do everything here, and then I would go home at like 10 or so, and that was, but I basically lived here, but I didn't sleep here all night, so that was really the only difference. And everybody keep asking me, is it any different, and it's really not, but in the same sense it is, but it's just small things are different. I feel like it's not anything like big dramatic change or whatever. But anyway, wedding day. So, that morning, it started off rough for me because my left eye, the night before when I took my contact out, I felt like I had rubbed it the wrong way or like irritated it, but I thought maybe I just poked it by accident because I had my nails, the acrylic nails, and I thought maybe I just accidentally like scratched and I didn't realize or whatever, and I was like, it'll be fine in the morning. But it just kept hurting, and it kept hurting all night. And I thought, okay, I'm losing if I open my eye. I'm losing if I close my eye, like it's not getting any satisfaction. And this is like midnight.
Do you think it could be what Daddy had? Like thinking back now.
Yes and no, and I'll get to that. So, when I woke up the next morning, I'd only had like 6.5 hours of sleep, which is, that's okay. It's not bad, but I could have used some more.
Yeah, when you get up that early, though, you want to have a decent amount of sleep.
Right. And I had my alarm set for 8 o'clock. Like, I told all y'all to be there at 8 o'clock, but I was really hoping that I could sleep till 8, because I was going to be the last one to get ready anyway. But that didn't work out like that. I woke up naturally right at 7 o'clock. And
that I thought, internal clock.
Yeah, I know. And any other day, I wouldn't wake up that early. But my eye was killing me. Like, I felt like my eye, somebody had punched me because it felt so swollen. And when I opened it, it hurt so bad. I could tell it was red. It was irritated. It itched. And like, I felt like it was only halfway open, which it was. I got so upset, and I thought, this is not good for pictures. This is not good for later. When I, first look, go to see him, I don't want to be like this, like,
arg.
Yeah, I'm not trying to pull up with a swollen eye. And then he definitely wouldn't cry if I looked like that, And, I don't know, it upset me a lot. So I went to the sink, and I thought, maybe there's something in my eye, and I need to wash it out. So I went to the sink.
That's bold.
I literally put my head up under the faucet. And I had never done that before, but like I know that in school or like even at Walmart,
the eye washing
station, I've seen it on The Office, and I thought, okay, this will help my eyes greatly. Or the one.
What's the pressure like at an eye washing station, I wonder?
I don't know.
I think it's got to be like a pressure washer.
I've never tried it, but and obviously you're supposed to be able to hold your eyelid open.
I simply could not.
And you're looking down instead of like I was, and I was like,
where it's just kind of bulging off of your eyeball, surface tension's like making it go up.
and like it was a terrible idea, but I thought maybe this will help. So after I put my head under water and I got some water flowing over my eye,
What sink did you do this in? Because the one
upstairs. I know, it was.
How did you get your head down in that sink?
Very, very difficult. I don't know. At one point, I think I was like flicking the water in my eye. But it felt better for like 30 seconds. And then I was like, oh, my eye.
And it starts burning.
I was like, I made it worse. And so, like, I'm running around blind all day because I'm not trying to put contacts in over this. And I don't have a pair of glasses. And so I thought, this is it for me. I'm just going to look bad today and I'm going to have to accept it. But
8 o'clock in the morning, she was already getting
I was upset.
praised.
And so I called Ivy and I said, hey, I need you to do me a favor if you don't mind. She was like, what is it? And I was like, I need you to go to Walmart or somewhere. I said, but Walmart's the only place I know that'll be open this early. And I said, I need you to get me some eye drops. I said, I need you to get me 2 different ones. I want a red, redness clearing eye drop. And then I was like, I need like a healing eye drop. And she was like, okay, just send me some pictures and I'll get them for you. And I said, perfect. The pictures I sent her, they didn't have those. Last minute, I had to look up something else. Thankfully, what I went with was God sent, honestly. Because I'll get to that in a minute.
PTL, praise the Lord.
Yes. So she gets there. I've got an ice pack on my eye. And, like, they don't have an ice pack. It's like one of those.
Gel. Orbeez.
It's like one of those. No.
This it wasn't like Orbeez.
This is like a plastic ice cube that you reuse.
Oh.
Like that.
Oh, okay.
It was like this big. And so I had this on my eye the whole time. Made the swelling go down. But it irritated my eye more because it was so cold. So I was losing again. The light irritated my eye so terribly. I didn't like to go outside. I didn't like the light in the house. Like, I was irritated. And I was like hooding my face the whole morning, I feel like. So it was my turn to start getting my hair done. I go in there and I sit down and Abby's curling my hair and I was like, girl, look at my eye. And she's like, oh my gosh, like, what should we do? I was like, I put these eye drops in there. What else do you think I should do? And she was like, try these. So I try them. I don't know, 5 minutes later, we're talking about it. I'm talking about my eye and I was like, please, Lord, just touch my eye. Like, please heal my eye because I need this to look good today. I was like, I'm already having a rough morning. I need you to heal my eye. Not even a second later, I look in the mirror. My eye's clear. My eye, and you can ask Abby. I did not make that up. It was a
Lord
fact.
put his healing hand on you.
Prayed about it. I look in the mirror, and my eye is white. Whiter than this one.
He put
and
that
Abby,
pure
I
white
said,
in
Abby,
it.
look at my eye. And she said, oh my God.
Did you pray it out loud?
Yes. She was like, he literally put his hand on your eyeball. I was like, I know. And we sat there and we talked about it. And even when I got my hair cut.
What a testimony.
Even when I got my hair cut, we talked about it. Because it was just such a mind-blowing thing, I feel like. And I'm not saying it wasn't the Lord. But no, those eye drops work like they're supposed to. They clear redness up like that. I keep them in my purse. Just in case. But yeah, and so it was just the craziest thing. And we were like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a good day. We're like, he's looking out for you. And so anyway, so we keep going. And my eye was still a little irritated, but at least it looked good. And I could handle that. I kept some ice on it some more because it still kind of wanted to swell up. And I said, should I put my contacts in? Because I'm really tired of running around.
Blind.
Yeah. And she was like, I don't know. That might not be the best idea. Anyway, so I put my contacts in anyway because I was like, I got to see. Like, I can't help it. Man, I read on the box, it literally says, do not add eye drops with contacts. And it also said, do not add more than 4 at a time.
And
I'd already pumped my eye with two drops right there back to back. I did it.
4 at one time means bop, 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 bop.
No. I'm sorry. It
4 in a day?
I meant, it said, don't do more than 4 a day and let each drop be 4 hours apart. And I said, well, I've done double whammied myself. I put my contact in. I guess triple whammied. Because I put my contact in, I did 2 drops back to back, and they had no 4 hours. They had a 0.2 seconds between them. So I thought, it can't be worse than it already is. So before we started taking pictures, bam, bam. 2 more drops went in that eyeball with that contact. I did. Hold on.
That's what the eye drop said when they went in there.
Yeah, they did. They were working too. And so throughout the day, bam, bam. I had those
eye drops. You think she had
them
in her pocket?
I had them in my dress pocket. Thank God my dress had a pocket. I just stuffed everything in there. I had my phone in my pocket. I had lip gloss in my pocket. I had
you had your phone in your pocket the whole time you were getting married?
No, I gave it to somebody, or I said it. I gave it to somebody to put somewhere before. Like when I went to the reception building and me and Mr. Sudeth and Hunter were in there, like I gave it to somebody to put up. Or maybe Mr. Sudeth put it up. I don't have a clue, but
Mr. Sudeth is Mr. Sudeth is a dog.
I know.
Man is a genius. But he's so sweet.
Wonderful.
He's wonderful.
See? Okay. Now everybody understands.
We need to get him on the podcast. I said something to him
thought
about
that.
Oh, I said something.
Did you? What did he say?
I can't remember what he said, but I told him, I said, we should get you on the podcast. And I'm sure he was like, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Next season.
We'll get him next season. Absolutely. We got to have uplifting. We should do it for like a New Year's thing. I really feel like he could give us some good New Year's advice.
Yes.
He would be like, because he's got
New Year's resolutions.
Yeah. Because he does he has a psychology degree. So like.
He'd come in here and psychology me up. He'd be like, that's what's wrong with her.
Oh, but, yeah, so anyway, I had everything stuffed in my pockets that I needed throughout the day. Lip gloss, lipstick, eye drops, phone. I had it all in there. I had my vow book in my pocket for the longest time.
She had those deep pockets.
I mean, dude, I was carrying. So.
She was packing that Glock.
I could have. These are real guns that we just need right here. For those that are listening, I just threw up my arm, buffed it out. I'm not even flexing, but I ain't got to. Anyway, so.
You work out. I work out.
Yeah, I was thinking that when he said it. Anyway, once I got past the eye ordeal, I felt much better. There were a couple things that went on throughout the day that,
we're not going to mention.
We're not going to mention. We've already discussed it. We've already discussed it, and that's fine. We got that handled. But overall, not bad. Marmar was so cute.
She was.
Just going around snoozing anywhere. She was like hanging out with the girls. She was in there when I was getting ready. Caitlin was getting ready. Like everybody's getting ready, and she's there.
Laying in the corner.
She was
vibing.
So cute. Laying on the rug. She don't like to lay on a bare floor. She's got to lay on, like when she goes to the bathroom.
Cold on that naked belly.
When she goes to the bathroom with me, if there's let's just say there's a hand towel in the floor, she'll lay on it. She will lay on any mat,
much
towel,
bigger than a hand towel.
Anything that's in the floor, she's going to lay on it because she will not lay on that bare floor unless she gets hot. But this ain't the time to get hot.
No, it's wintertime.
Anyway, we started doing, we did toast pictures with my girlies. We did toast pictures with Mama and Jennifer. Then I did my first look with, did I do a first look with y'all? Yes. But that was after Mama. Yeah, because y'all hadn't got your dresses on yet. Yeah, so I did my first look with Mama, then Granddaddy, then Hunter, and then I think it was y'all.
Didn't get to do one with Daddy because he was down bad.
I did get to do one with Daddy, but it was later on during the day.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember that now.
Now, let's just go ahead and tell that story. It's so sad. It makes me so sad. So, the night before, you tell this.
Okay. So, the night before, we had the rehearsal dinner. We were all down there. And this place that Kallie and Hunter picked out, it was wooded. I mean, this place is deep off in the woods.
Remind you, it had not rained for a whole month.
Yeah, and this, I mean...
I'm sure there was pollen and dust, everything.
Yeah, there's all kinds of different plants, greenery and all that. And so, we get done with the rehearsal dinner, and then Daddy's, walking down the path, and he sees, a baby timber rattler.
Yeah.
And so he kills it with a rock. A big rock. He just drops it on top of it and then he beats it. Because, hey, those are poisonous. You don't want those around. Especially with people wearing heels.
I was just thinking that, yes.
And we were walking up and down that path in the dark. So, we could have gotten bit. But anyway, so he kills that. And then Callie and Mama stay, and then me and Carly go home with Daddy. Daddy got home before us because we stopped by to get some Burger King. And he comes in the living room and he says, "Where have y'all been?" And he was like red face, like fire truck red. And he was swelled up. His eyes were like almost shut. And he looked scary to me. Like I didn't want to look at him because he like scared me. He didn't look like my dad, you know? So I was like, you need to go to the ER. And he's like, "No, I'm not going to the ER. Like, you know how he is. He's not going to go." So I called Mama, and of course they're neighbors. So she comes down there and she looks at him. Of course, he's wept up all over his chest, his legs.
I didn't know it was
everywhere.
all over his body.
Oh, it was all over his body. Down here, it was everywhere, he said. But so he took some Benadryl and he went to sleep. And when he woke up, he felt better. So he was bringing Halen to the venue. And as soon as he got out, it started again. He was fine until he stepped outside up there. And then it was worse. Like his face was hot. It was swelled up again. And this time it was just in random places. Like elbows, itching, hands. Like one hand would be swelled up, the other one would. Like.
And that house was dusty. You could kind of tell it was a little dusty in there.
Oh, it was. But it got to the point where I had to call Connie.
Thank you,
Connie Geimer at Cherokee Family Healthcare. I called her, or I actually FaceTimed her. And I said, "You know, what is going on?" Like, and she looked at him and she was like, "I'm going to bring him some medicine." So she brought him some and it cleared him up.
Shot.
Yeah. She brought him a steroid shot. It cleared him up and he felt a lot better, but it was only 30 minutes before the wedding that he felt better because he thought he was not going to be able to walk you down the aisle. Like, we were scared he was not going to be able to walk you down the aisle, and that's what scared him.
Did he tell you that?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
He was crying because he thought he had messed up your wedding.
Oh, that makes me sad. And he told me how bad he felt.
And he did. He felt terrible, but he said that most of the reason why he felt so bad is because he was worried about you.
That's what he told me. He said, "I'm sorry I wasn't feeling good. I'm sorry I didn't feel the best. I'm sorry I wasn't able to be there for you like I was for Caitlin." And it made me so sad. I said, "I'm sorry that you feel this way. Like, don't worry about me. I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry that you don't feel good." It made me oh my gosh, stroke. It made me feel worse that he felt bad because he felt bad.
Yeah.
And that just shows what kind of heart he's got.
Yeah.
But I felt bad for him and he felt bad for me. And I don't know, it made me so sad. We did get to do the first look, but he had really just woke up. His face was still a little swollen and
you could tell he felt terrible and he wanted to be happy and, and enjoy the day, but I felt like
he just couldn't.
He couldn't.
Yeah.
Because he felt so bad. I mean, he laid on the couch in the bride's suite
yes,
for all day.
Yeah, he literally
till 30 minutes before the wedding.
Yeah. And I felt so bad for him. And I'm glad he was able to walk me down the aisle, but if he couldn't have, I wouldn't have been upset at him. That's not something I would have been mad or upset about with him. That's just a circumstance. I couldn't help the way my eye felt, And then I felt bad for complaining about my eye because it could have been my whole body.
Yeah.
And
but still, you had a good reason. I mean, you can feel how you want to feel about circumstances that happened to you on your day.
Yeah. And I do think that you could kind of tell throughout the night he did start feeling better. My eye, I guess with all the pictures we were taking, I forgot about it. And so unless they made me look at the light, one time for one of the pictures, they made me look up towards the sun. And I didn't even save that picture to my camera roll because you could tell it looked like I had cataract surgery or something. Like, it looked so ugly and red. It wasn't their fault. It was my eye's fault because it was acting up.
Yeah.
But it literally, like, my iris was red. It looked awful. And I was like, we're not saving that. It would have been a good picture had my eyeball not been messing up. But because I like pictures when the light hits your eyes just perfectly. You can actually see your true eye color. But anyway, so I didn't even save that one. But throughout the day, like, right before I walked down the aisle, I thought, my eye's not hurting anymore. My eye feels magical.
Probably for those 15,000 drops you put in there.
Probably. It was high.
Those
probably.
healing drops.
My eye was high on eye drops. And I think Daddy, you could still tell that he was a little bit puffy and that he didn't feel good, but
the redness was gone at least.
I think he tried to, and I don't mean this.
Fake it till you make it.
No, I think he was just trying to suck it up. Like, I'm not saying that he had to or he should have or anything like that, but I think that's what he thought in his head. Like, okay, like, I gotta suck it up because I gotta get her down the aisle. I feel like that's how, he didn't tell me that, but I feel like he did apologize to me. Like, we were locked arms, we were ready to go, and he's like, I'm sorry that I've not been able to. And I was like, no, we're not. It's fine. Like, I know it's not your fault, and I'm not upset at you for it. Whatever. But, so we walked down the aisle, and I will say, for those that didn't get to come or weren't invited, and I can't invite everybody, so I hope you're not upset if you didn't get invited, but I really made sure I invited people that I at least talked to on a regular basis or was like actual close family. Like, I made sure that I wasn't inviting somebody that I don't associate with.
Because you shouldn't have to invite people that you don't know.
Yeah. Well, and it's not just that. It's like people that I used to work with or that, something like that. Like, I can't invite the whole world. I did have somebody.
Yeah, 5,000 people. You can't invite every single one of them just because you know them.
Exactly. And
no shade.
If you don't make an attempt to, just because I see you out and about, and I say, hey, how are you? It doesn't mean that we're buddies and I'm gonna invite you to everything I've got going on.
Right.
I did have somebody to make a comment about it.
What'd you say back to him?
It was on Facebook. It was over Facebook. I shared all my wedding pictures, and this specific person said, nice pictures, didn't get an invite.
Oh, you
or said something, would have loved to be there. Something to that effect.
Oh, you'll have to tell me who that is later.
I will. And that person did have already some drama put out there on Facebook, so I think that's what a lot of that was going on. But there was no way to say anything to me. And I got this close to messaging that person on Messenger.
Oh, you should.
And saying, I really don't appreciate that. I can't invite the whole world. We're not even
When's the last time you spoke to me?
When's the last time we've talked? When's the last time I've even seen you? And then I was just going to say that, and Hunter was like, just don't even worry about it. And I was like, you're right. It's not worth my time and effort. I know that I can tell that they're going through stuff because of what this person and their significant other had posted on Facebook. And I thought, it's not worth it. So I just hid their comment or deleted it. Maybe I deleted it then. And I just didn't respond, and I just left it at that. But then every other thing after that had been sent to me from that person, like on comments and stuff, was very pleasant, very nice. And I thought, I honestly think you're bipolar. I do. Because of the way they just...
How old is this person?
Got to be close to 50, I think. Mm. So anyway, moving on from that, though. If those of you that were able to see it, and I'm definitely posting the video... that we get back.
We'll post it here too. We'll post it on our YouTube channel.
Yeah. Hunter wanted a special way to walk out. Most grooms are just already down there before any music kind of starts,
I liked that.
Hunter wanted a special thing.
And I liked that they waited until we got down there.
I did too. Which that wasn't planned, but that's how it went.
Yeah, that's not how we rehearsed it.
It was crazy. I was so nervous. I was freaking out.
Why did it get swapped around?
I don't know. I'll get to that in a second. But, so the way we rehearsed it was supposed to be Hunter and his best man, Dodd, go down the aisle, do their thing. The matron, maid of honor, bridesmaids, and all the groomsmen go down. And then I come out. Obviously, that's how I wanted it to go. That's how we rehearsed it. That's not how it went. Day of the wedding.
DJ messed up the music a little bit.
DJ played the groomsmen and the bridesmaids and the matron song, and Hunter was still in there, and I was like, I hope he doesn't forget about you. I stood there freaked out.
I was freaked out too. I was looking at.
I was telling Mr. Shuddeth, I was like, I hope he doesn't forget about the groom. He's got to go down. And he was like, it's okay. We're gonna figure it out.
So the Shuddeth was like, I'll sneak around the back.
And like Hunter and Daddy and Dodd, they were just like, just tell him, hey, did you forget about me? And he was like, it'll be even more funny that way if he forgets about you, and he could say, hey, did you forget about me? And it kind of looks planned. And I was like, okay,
peep out the door and be like,
bad.
Cue my music, DJ.
That's not as bad. But when I heard, was
that Rocky?
Yeah. So Hunter came out to the theme song Rocky. And I had told Hunter before, because when we were practicing our first dance here at the house, those couple nights we did, he had come up with that. And I said, you know what you should do? You should like box
one of his
or like
favorite
pretend
movies?
to fight. I don't think he's ever even seen that movie, honestly.
I've never heard him talk about Rocky.
I don't think he's ever seen it. I'm not going to, I could be wrong.
Maybe he saw it on TikTok.
No, I don't think he did. I think he just thought, what could be funny? And this would be funny. And so, when I said, you should like pretend to fight. I said, and Dodd's going to be there with you. Y'all should like fight and come up with some fight moves. And he was like, no.
Throw Dodd down the steps.
He was like, no, like that wouldn't be. And he just kind of pushed it aside. Well, the rehearsal night, they were trying to come up with something to do. And I said, I know something to do. I said, but y'all ain't going to like it. Y'all think it's stupid. I'm not going to say it. Well, then Dodd says, what if we fought? I was like, bro, really?
Oh, I thought Dodd was the referee when he held his arm.
Well, he was. Like, they were fighting there couldn't be three people up there. So,
yeah.
Anyway, so they pretended to fight a little bit. And then, obviously, they promoted Hunter to be the winner. They walked down the aisle, whatever. I walked out. It was perfect. Like,
I shed a tear, too.
I know. I saw that.
You did see that?
Yes. I saw you wiping your eyes.
On your way down, you saw me wiping my eyes?
Yeah. I was mainly looking at Hunter.
Trying to hide it.
I was mainly looking at Hunter, but I did try to get a glimpse of everybody else. But honestly, it did seem like the world kind of washed away.
It did.
It was just me and Hunter when I walked down the aisle. And I
felt like I had no issues in my life the whole time I was standing there for whatever 15 minutes.
And this was the thing too. So, Corey, the photographer, had told me, when you come down the aisle, you can look down every now and then, but don't be bobbing your head, looking down at the floor, looking up at me. Don't be bobbing your head. And I was like,
kind of hard to do when there's steps under you.
Right, but I had already practiced that during the rehearsal. I practiced not doing that. I didn't even look down the whole time. I trusted Daddy
to lead you down the steps.
And it worked. And I thought, okay, like, this is fine.
I couldn't trust Hagen to lead me down the steps because he was walking faster than I could.
Yeah. But I trusted Daddy. We practiced that, and it was great. And whenever I got to that point where I came around and that those people fixed my dress, and I forgot that Danny had told me, stop right here, let me get somebody to fix your dress, and then you go. I didn't realize anybody was even, because like I said, the world melted away.
Yep.
After I got to that point. And then I felt somebody tug on my dress, and I was like, oh, they're fixing my dress. I can't go yet. So they fixed it. We walked. But then I started bobbing my head, and I was like, Kallie, you're bobbing your head? And I thought, no, this is my husband almost. This is my time to shine. Like, I'm going to do what I want to do. And I thought, after it was all over, I was like, dang, I bobbed my head, and I hope that don't look bad. But then I thought, maybe I didn't bob my head. Maybe I just think I bobbed my head, and I don't even know what I did. I don't know. I can't remember.
We'll see when the video gets dropped.
Like I said, the world melted away. We had such a nice ceremony, I think. The fire made it really romantic and sweet. Although that fire was hot, and I feel bad for Brother Brett. I do apologize.
Brother Brett said his buns were roasting. Because I asked him, I was like, hey, bro.
Like those rolls we had last
night. Yeah, I went and sat with him after the wedding. Now we were talking about the podcast. His daughter's on here, and he was like, "What did they say?" I told him, and then, no, actually, he said, "I listened to the podcast. It's pretty good." I love that. And then I said, "How hot were you standing in front of that fire?" He said, "My buns were roasting." I said, "Mine too, bro." I said, "You were in a full suit."
Yeah.
Don't know why they lit the fire.
No, well, they had asked us if we wanted it lit, and originally we weren't going to do it, But
I mean,
he was like, it won't be a flaming fire. Like, we'll burn it way ahead so that it's just kind of like crackling and there's a little bit of orange popping up, which it was.
The hot coals were hot.
But he was like, it might be a little warm because of how it is outside today. He was like, but it'll be really romantic. It'll set good outside for pictures. And which it did. And we knew that the ceremony wasn't going to last longer than 15 minutes.
Were you sweating?
No.
Oh, I was. I was dripping sweat.
Oh, well, I wasn't sweating, but I thought, it's kind of hot on my cheek. Like,
it was hot on my face. I kept turning my face and looking.
Yeah, I did too. I would every time Brother Brett would sway to my side, I was like, thank God.
He's covering my face up.
Yeah, and he's blocking me from this hot fire.
Mm-hmm.
But then I thought, I feel bad for you, Brother Brett, but what a trooper you are. And anyway, so we had a nice ceremony. It was the way I thought in my head, and I thought I would be more nervous than I was.
It goes away.
And I just...
Once you get up there.
I kept thinking about, I'm going to trip on my words, like I'm going to stutter, I'm going to get so nervous that I need to swallow, and I'm going to run out of breath, but I just keep going and I choke. But it wasn't, and I thought, hopefully everybody could hear us well. I think they probably could. I feel like it was quiet enough, and everybody was packed in close
Brother
enough.
Brett had a mic on, I think.
He did.
And it was picking up.
Probably. But I thought, I think this is good, and I don't sound weird, and my voice doesn't sound scratchy. Did it?
No.
Okay. And my biggest fear made me so nervous. My hands were clammy because they get like that.
I thought you were going to drop
they're
the
like
ring.
that now. When you gave me that ring, I was like, oh God.
I made sure you had
I held
it.
it with 2 hands. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't see you grab it with both hands.
I look like a squirrel.
You should have just held your hand out like this, and I would have said it. But I held it like this. I was
why.
holding it real hard. I was like this.
Your eyes were bugging like that when you were handing it to me too. You're like, okay, you better hold this on.
Don't drop it in the fire.
No.
Brother Brett, scoop it out.
Like, no. No, but
Lord of the Rings.
I don't know why I picked it from your hand like that. I really should have just went like this and you put it in my hand. But
I wore that ring on my thumb.
Did you?
The whole way down to make sure it didn't fall out of my pocket.
Appreciate that.
Hagen walked up. He said, "Where's the ring?" I said, "Thumb, boy."
So when you handed me the ring, I literally held it like this. I was making sure it did not fall.
You doing the itsy bitsy spider to it?
I guess I was. And I probably looked like an idiot when I was doing that, but I was so afraid I was gonna drop it.
All I could see was your backside.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Isn't that
I had to look at Hunter, but
awful, like you don't get to see me.
I didn't get to see you.
Oh well, but did you fluff my dress? Who did it?
Carly.
Okay. I knew
fluffed
somebody.
it around my feet. I just stood there and Carly fluffed it around my feet.
Okay. Because I looked back at the pictures and I was like, I know somebody did it, but I couldn't decide who it was that did it.
It was not me.
Okay.
That was Carly's job.
Okay.
I had a ring in my hand. I couldn't do nothing.
Oh, yeah.
I kept that hand in my pocket.
was like, but
and I would reach down and do like this once I had to hold the flowers. I would reach down and do like this.
Make sure it was still there.
Make sure it was there.
Oh my God. But it was a nice ceremony, I think. And we got through it pretty fast. And Hunter and I originally thought about a unity thing. And then I was like, no, because I don't want to do what anybody else has done. And I just don't like the thought of taking an extra, I swear, 2 to 3 minutes to do something when it's awkward and everybody can't see. Like, I hate it when people can't see the unity thing. And I thought, okay, we're just not going to do one at all. But then I read the night before where you can do a unity prayer just between the two of you. And it's like a moment of silence, and me and Hunter had talked about it. He was like, yeah, I like that. So all we did was we just held hands and we had a signal for when if whoever was done praying first, like we would squeeze each other's hands, say, hey, I'm done. The other person could keep praying, but neither one of us were going to look up until you got that second hand squeeze for us both to look up and we continue on.
That 2-key passcode.
Yes. That double authentication. But
2-factor.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yes. So yeah, we did that and I liked the way we did it. And then we did the vows and we were on our, but now here's the thing, and it did bother me a little bit. When it was time for us when we kissed or whatever, and it was time for us to go back up, like, I was going to wait on that music to play. DJ was not on top of it. It took him, I swear, an eternity to start the music for us to walk back. And everybody was like, waiting for him to play the music. How long do you think it really was before he played?
I don't even remember.
Did you even realize that
I was just thinking about mine and Dodd's thing.
Oh.
I was trying to make sure I got it right.
Oh. Okay.
And I saw Bernie and I knew that he was going to be judging Blake when Blake got down and started twerking.
Did Blake actually do it?
Oh, Blake actually did it.
Okay,
and I
good.
thought...
Did people laugh?
And I thought Bernie's going to roast him at work Monday.
Did people actually laugh? Because
people did laugh.
Okay, because I was already so far up and I had forgot they were doing it. And I thought, dang it, I wish I would have turned around.
Yeah, when he jumped down and started twerking and right in front of Bernie, I thought, yeah, this is it for Blake.
How far up did they go?
Right in front of Bernie.
I don't know.
Right there. I mean, Bernie was like right behind that tree, that big tree on that side, and Blake did it right in front of him.
Like a couple steps up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably 2 steps up, yeah.
Okay. So after the ceremony, after, he got the music going, we went out to Forever by Chris Brown because in the office, that's what Jim and Pam, when their actual wedding, that was what they went down to. So, or actually it was like a flash mob ordeal. I was going to get everybody to dance, but I knew everybody would be like uncomfortable with it or it'd be a little cringy, but I thought, man.
You with the steps? The bridesmaids and the groomsmen? I would have done it.
Well, but with the steps, it just would have been hard, and I thought if we would have actually had like a flat area, yeah, everybody would have. I would have got everybody to do it, but it was steps, and I thought I'm not worried about it. So after the ceremony, we drove away on the golf cart with the photographers and the owner, and we went down to the pasture and the little water down there and all that big old tall grass, and we took pictures. And it was very nice. But then I worried because we did a dip kiss or whatever on the way back up. And the way my dress was, it was strapless, and when you would like do like this, you could kind of see in there. And I figured that out when we got down there to do those pictures after the ceremony. And I thought, oh my God. I was like, do you think people saw me when we did the dip kiss? Do you think the people behind me got a straight shot to my boobs? And I was worried about it. I was almost in tears about it.
I doubt it.
And Corey and Victoria showed me the pictures and stuff that they had taken. They were like, I don't think that they could have seen because of the way Hunter had you angled. And just
there was nobody behind you.
That's what they were telling me. They were like, you were more facing Caitlin and Carly and then when you did the dip. And I was like, I don't care for them seeing. I was like, but I was so worried about like all the guests on that side seeing. And they were like, no, you see the pictures? You see the pictures? Because I was not going to get settled down about it until I had confirmation. And so
somebody be like, I saw the bride's boobs.
Exactly. That's what I was worried about. Not that anybody probably ever would have said anything to me about it. But I was worried about it. And when he showed me the pictures, I was like, okay, it's fine. You can't see. But I'll be more careful now. I'll be more conscious of it now.
I'll be more conscious.
Dude, it scared me to death. But the pictures went well. We went in the little, that little bridge you would cross over, and there was like a little big old pond and a house, and there was donkeys in that. We got in there, and the donkeys were like getting really close to us. Like, they wanted to get up in the picture. We had to, like, shoo them off.
Why didn't you let them get in some of the pictures?
Because I didn't know if they really would have bit us or, like, they were nasty looking. So I was like...
They're, like, mangy looking?
Yeah.
They had a mange on them.
Yeah, so we were like, okay, we're not going to... See you later, donkeys. We literally got in there, took 2 pictures, and we skedaddled back out. Because that's not Danny's property. That's, like, a neighbor.
Oh.
But they do allow people to come in every now and then, like, take pictures or whatever. And Danny texted the guy, and he didn't text back quick enough. And he was just like, go in there and do it.
Just do it real quick.
So they let us in, and we snapped a couple pictures. We saw a truck backing up. We were like, oh, go. So we got back on the golf cart.
We were on the outside of the fence.
Headed out.
I swear.
No, we literally opened the gate up and went there right beside the pond. But anyway, it was fun. I haven't got those pictures back, but I'm really excited to see them because I feel like they're really pretty.
Yeah.
Because, there was like some cattails and some lily pads in that pond. Like, it was really cute.
You have an update on the video? Do you know how long it'll be? They didn't say.
No. Mama messaged
I think it took
Victoria.
us about 6 weeks to get ours back.
Mama messaged Victoria and asked her about some more pictures, and she said this week we'll get some more. I don't know about the video, though. And so after those pictures, we went back up. Excuse me. To the reception. We ate, and my food was cold, so obviously it wasn't really good. And I know I was cold because somebody already picked out a plate for us or whatever. And so I literally probably ate 2 bites of each thing.
I didn't really
drank my drink. When I was like, Hunter, we got to go do this cake cutting before everybody leaves.
So we like that punch though.
Hey, that punch was hitting a lick. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Connie Winkles, for the recipe. So we went to the cake, got the punch. We did a little lock arm thing. And
did y'all try to push it in each other's face?
I pretended like I was going to. I just kept,
I thought I saw that. And then people were like, oh.
Yeah.
And I was like, did she push it in his face?
No. We decided, we had already talked about it. We're not going to do that. I was more willing to do it than Hunter was, believe that or not.
I just didn't want to do it because I figured he'd smear it all over my face and I knew it'd take all my makeup off. That's why I didn't want to do it.
Well, I was more worried about, if this was after our first dance, for sure, I would have said, no, I'm not going to shove it in your face. And I would have shoved it in his face. And then he would have done it back. But this was before the first dance. And I thought, we still got things to do.
We still got pictures to be made.
Pictures to take. And I was like, we can't be shoving cake in each other's face.
Yeah.
So we didn't do it. And after we cut the cake, there was a couple, I wanted to make sure to hit my MDA friends up. So I went over there, hit up my fam over there. Then I kind of made my way in a squiggly line around the table. People were taking pictures, all kinds of things. And then I was like, all right, Mama, get everybody to go over there to the reception. The dance hall kind of thing. So we went over there. We introduced everybody. That was not the song I picked out. I swear, DJ did a good job, but he didn't do the songs that I asked him to do.
What song did you ask him to do?
I had a whole playlist for him to play, throughout the night. And it was not throwdown music. It was definitely not Pony. Or whatever that song is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I walked up to Mr. Suddeth. I said, I know this is your song, homie. He said, it is from my era. So you better get in there and dance now.
I did not ask for that song to be played. It was not on the playlist. I literally said, hey, these are the songs that I have to do.
Okay, Mike Tyson. These are the songs.
These are the songs that I want played at this specific time. This is what they're for. That's what I said. And then I said the rest of them, just play them like you normally,
but don't
downtime.
Give me
I said just play them in downtime.
Hip hop and R&B.
I done told him. I said we're not the party type. This is the vibe that we want.
She don't want rob the jewelry store and tell him make me a grill.
An everlasting love, like that kind. I'm sorry. I was like, that kind of music is what I wanted. And I had a couple of things in and out of there that were there was some country, there was some
don't want dum dum dum
ding. No, yes. I didn't want any of that, Lil Jon. But yet it was out there and Mama was bumping to it, and I was like, this is not the way this is supposed to go. But anyway, so he played a different walkout song. I wanted to play Halftime for everybody to walk out to.
Now that Lil Jon will take. No, that's the Yin Yang Twins.
It's the Yin Yang Brothers. Or is it
the Yin Yang Twins? Yeah.
Whatever.
The Yin Yang Brothers.
Shut up.
Oh no, now I'm getting too close to the...
I wish that would have fell on your head.
What was it?
That K with the long horn on it.
Oh.
Anyway, so I chose Halftime. He didn't play that. He played something I'd never heard before. And Caitlin turns around, do you pick this song? Do you know this song? And I was like, no.
What song was it?
I don't even know. I've never heard that song in my life. Everybody was laughing. Whatever. It's fine. Y'all walk out to it. But then me and Hunter had to turn right back around and go back to the little entrance that we had. Because we had the first dance, I had choreographed it all. Just pieces of things I saw on YouTube and TikTok. I was like, we're going to make a song.
You choreographed that?
I sure did.
Dang. Baller.
I mean, I took pieces from
but still.
But I put it all together. Hunter come up with a couple little moves. So, our first dance was Me and You by Kenny Chesney. And like I said, I come up with that dance.
I thought Hunter was going to pick all the music. He didn't
waited until the week before, week of or something. And I was like, I'll just do it. Occasionally I would just add songs.
Yeah.
And it worked out. But it's not like any of that got played anyway, so it's fun. But, yeah, so after the first dance, obviously I did my first dance with Daddy, and then He did first dance with Jennifer.
I can't believe you didn't do one with Granddaddy.
Well, I just didn't want to take away from Daddy, you know? And now, if there had been a different circumstance and, like, God forbid, and I'm glad it's not worked out this way, but if Daddy wasn't here, then it would have been Granddaddy. But Daddy was here, and I wanted to honor him that way, so... Yeah, so we did the first dances, and then I was like, okay, I gotta go change into my reception dress. Or, no. We did the toast after that, or what is it?
We did the speeches.
Speeches after that.
It's a toast.
Yes.
Technically.
We
didn't have drinks, but.
I wished and I did think about it, but I wished I would have voiced it to Blake a week before, or however long before when I had thought about it. Because I thought, okay, well, I'll have 2 people doing a toast for me. I think Hunter needs 2 people to do a toast for him, and it would obviously be best man. And then I feel like Blake. Because
Blake was also kind of Blake's best man.
That's
what
I was thinking.
Closer with Hunter than Dodd.
He should have been
at that
assistant
point in their
to the best
life.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have a maid of best man and a matron of best man.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Best friend and best man.
There you go.
Or something. Yeah. Married best man, unmarried best man.
There you go. I'm trying to think of one. Best man and best friend.
Best man and best friend.
Anyway, so yeah, I wish I'd have told Blake, I think you should do a speech, but
he wanted to.
I didn't voice that, and I feel bad. And now Hunter ain't gonna think of nothing of that effect. I don't really even think that until I had mentioned it to him that he knew there were supposed to be speeches. I don't think that crossed his mind.
Dodd did not prepare a speech. Dodd was winging his.
Yeah, I know. It's fine.
I wrote mine months in advance and then added to it the week before.
Yeah.
Like the week of, actually.
I liked both yours and Carly's speech. It was great. They were both emotional. They had their funny parts.
I had to roast Hunter in mine. It was inevitable. It had to be done.
My favorite one about Carly's was...
The milk.
She
read it to me dinner, the night of the rehearsal dinner, and I cackled. She had 2 different speeches, and she combined them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good.
Because I told her, I said, you at least got to keep that part. Mm-hmm. She was like, yeah, I'm going to.
Okay. So, and then I had my own speech thing for Mama, because what I had originally planned to do was give the throwaway bouquet to Mama and, like, dedicate it to her. If Marley does not stop barking.
I don't think they can hear. Actually, they probably can't.
Marley!
They can hear that. It's fine.
Pause it. No. Marley! Stop barking!
I'm keeping that in.
Okay, that's fine.
She's not going to stop barking.
I'm about to... Hold on.
Well, anyways.
Marley! That is enough! So, sorry for the interruption. Marley was barking relentlessly, and I thought, okay, I'm going to go fix this right now. Turns out somebody's at the door.
Did you whoop her? Because I thought you did.
No, I didn't whoop her. But she tried to go between my legs.
Grab that for me.
Aw, just... Yeah, so I went to the door, and it's a delivery guy from Walmart. I worked with him, not like side by side, but when I was doing grocery pickup or whatever, if I was dispensing, I would be giving him the orders that he was supposed to go out and deliver. And so he works for Spark or whatever. And his name...
On the
handheld that we would use was James, but apparently he told me today his name is Jim.
He said, we got to clear this up.
And he was like, we got to clear this up. And I was like, dadgummit, we've been calling you the wrong name. So have you told anybody? He was like, no, you're special. So anyway, he was delivering a TV that Greg and Jennifer have bought us for Christmas to go on our back porch. Shout out to y'all for the nice TV. So he was delivering it. And apparently he's just been sitting there knocking on the door, and I've just been yelling at Marley. Anyway, so we go out there and we get the TV. Anyway.
I need to get a Ring camera. Oh, well, you had one.
Well, we don't have a doorbell to get that thing wired up, so might be a minute.
Well, you could just get like a Blink camera and hang it up in the corner.
Or a doorbell would have been nice. Ding, dong, boom, boom. You remember Mama's?
You can actually, they have like electric, like Bluetooth, like the button is Bluetooth to the inside of the house chime thing. You can get one of those.
That's true.
And then you don't have to wire it.
Because I can't hear. And I told him, I was like, we're doing our podcast. Like, I couldn't hear.
All we could hear was the deafening sound of Marty.
Sorry, everybody that's listening. Anyway, continue on.
We were at the toast where you were dedicating Mama the flowers you thought about.
Yeah, so I was going to dedicate Mama the throwaway flowers. And I made her make them the way I said, as if you were the one catching them. I want you to make them as you would like. Because I was obviously going to give them to her. But then as it kept going, I thought, no, because I feel like there's a lot of people that might look forward to catching that bouquet. And I was like, I always looked forward to it whenever I would go to a wedding.
You caught mine.
I caught yours.
And Carly caught yours.
I did decide to change it. So I thought, okay, no, I'm actually going to throw this bouquet. And so I threw it. There was only 2 people out there. Carly caught it because the other girl was
person.
I'll let you, Jess.
Oh.
She literally backed away so Carly could catch it. That kind of made me sad that there wasn't a lot of people out there.
Well, most of the people that were there were, but also a lot of the people that you invited are married.
That's right. I mean, that's true. But I feel like if
or too shy to get out.
If everybody would have stayed, there would have been people, more than 2 people out there. And I'm not upset that Carly caught it. You know, it's fine. But I just wish it was more of a group. But anyway, so Carly caught my bouquet. I caught Caitlin's. And I think Hunter
just gave Hagen
Blake's
garter,
and then Hagen got Hunter's.
That is just
Hunter
crazy.
Just walked over there and gave it to him because there was nobody to catch it or anything. If there would have been a good group of people,
Hunter was putting a juju on Hunter or Hagen.
Yeah, and I saw this thing on TikTok, and I wish that we'd have had a big group to do it, and I wish we'd have had a football to do it. But like instead of just like tossing, because nobody wants to catch that, you put it on a football and you throw the football.
Yes, a lot of guys, even married men would want to catch the football.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Who doesn't want to catch a football?
Yes. So,
I would have been out there.
I know.
Let me catch it.
I want to get married next. I didn't get the bouquet. Let me catch the garter. So anyway, so I decided to do, me and Mama, we have a dance. And
that I knew nothing about.
It's a song, really.
I didn't even know this. This was shocking to me when I saw it.
Well, it all came about whenever me, Mama, Abby, and Daniel went to the movies one night. And that was a great night, actually. That's for a different day. But it was pouring down rain. Everybody was soaked. It was in the middle of the summer. We went to Chili's, and we watched The Bad Guys. That is like a kid's movie. But we went and watched it anyway. It was great. So anyway, we... there was this on the way home. Abby had the playlist bumping. Abby's always got good music on her playlist, but she played "Ain't No Mountain High." You know that song. Who is it? Marvin Gaye and Tammy or Tina. I don't know. I can't. Sorry. But anyway, when that song played, I thought that's a good dang song. And then it was on one of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, the first one. And it was just like, I made sure to learn that song because I could tell Mama vibed with it a lot. And it was just like a good vibing song. And Mama always like comes up with like little dance moves. You know, like who doesn't when they're in the car by themselves? Like they're going to dance. But Mama's one of those people, she'll do it in front of anybody. She don't care. So she'll come up with dance moves. And a lot of times if we're in the car and we're bumping and we're jamming together, I'll just copy her dance moves. Just because we're, like, vibing, you know? And so, we just had this, unspoken dance move that we would do every single time, or series of moves that we would do every time the chorus started, or even throughout the song. And, so, we can put the video on here as well.
Do we have it?
I told him to video it, yeah. So, I made sure that the only people that knew about it was the DJ, because he had to play the song, and Corey and Victoria, because they needed to video it. And so I come up with this speech to say and to dedicate to her and to tell her how thankful I was for her. And because, you know, like, and I did make sure to say this, you know, the father gets to walk the bride down the aisle. They get their own first dance with the bride. what does a mom get? With all the stuff that she's put into it, what does she get? Just nothing. She gets to sit in the background and just be there. And also worries with a lot of the stress. And I thought, and Mama made our flowers, so I was like, she's put a lot of effort into this. Even though we did have our ups and downs, we had our arguments. We had times where she'd get on my nerves, I'd get on hers. What mother-daughter doesn't have those on a regular basis anyway? But she did put up with a lot with me, I feel like, through the wedding process. More than I feel like I would have put up with. Because I was just like, no, I don't feel like doing that. Will you just do it? And she would do it. And so I was appreciative of that. And I thought, I need to give her this. Because she wanted to already, me have some bumping music so she could go out there and dance. And I was like, Mama, this is not going to be a throwdown wedding. This is not how it is. I'm not like that. Hunter's not like that. Nobody's like that. And she was like, but I want it. And I was like, but it's my wedding and that's not what I want. And I thought, I got to give her this. That would be the only way that I know that would be the most unregretted thing for the both of us. So I got halfway through my speech. I nodded at him to start playing the song. It starts playing, and I could tell that she was just overjoyed in that moment. After I got done with my speech, it was perfect timing, and the chorus started to hit. So we got out there and we started dancing, doing our moves or whatever. And I just knew she really enjoyed that. And she's told me several times after that she enjoyed that I did that or whatever. So it was a hit. It was a success. And at that point, I thought, I don't care who's out here At first, I was a little embarrassed to dance in front of anybody. Not because of the circumstance or not because it was with her or anything.
You certainly didn't look like you were embarrassed or shy
And I tried to make it... At that point, I didn't care what anybody thought about it. Because this is for her. I don't give a dang what anybody else thinks. I don't care who thinks it's cringy. I'm doing this. And so... But before, as I was thinking about it, in my head, weeks before, I was like, this is going to look so cringy. People are going to say something about it. But I was like, I'm going to do it. But anyway, so I thought, I don't care. I'm doing this for her because she deserves this. And so, like I said, it was a success. And I had so much fun.
It was a very emotional moment.
I had so much fun doing it. And Daddy said that he looked over and y'all were emotional about it.
He was too.
Yeah. And
I looked at him. He was crying. I started crying. Kallie was already crying, obviously. She was on this side of me, I think. But then Daddy... I went up there and hugged y'all, and then Kallie did, and then Daddy did, and it was like nice. A family dog pile.
That was nice. And I'm pretty sure people clapped for
That was probably my favorite part of the whole wedding. And I'm not a hugger.
Yeah.
I'm not an emotional person, but in that moment, it was
good.
It was wholesome.
Was it the speech that got you, or was it just that and then the music started playing?
It was the speech, the fact that I'm a parent, I'm a mom, even now there's things that I do that don't get recognized, as a mom now. I can only imagine how much worse it gets.
As your kids get older, 23,
yeah,
19.
But just the way you were talking about her, the stuff that we talked about on the bachelorette trip, all those thoughts were going in my head, things that we said we'd never say again. All that was popping up in my head as you were giving that speech. And then the music started. And then you and her started doing a dance that I'd never seen you do. I didn't know that was your thing. And I thought, dang.
And we never hit
I'm out of touch.
We never hid it from anybody.
But I'd never seen it. And then when I asked Daddy about it, Daddy said, they've been doing that for years. And I thought, where have I been?
Well, and like I said, we never hid it from anybody. But it's also, we were never around everybody. And there was that kind of music playing for us to do. Now, if on our way to get the dresses or whatever.
I just thought, how did Kallie know to dance that way? Did they plan this? And then Daddy said, no, that's just how they dance every time. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But
that's what I'm saying. It's an unspoken choreography moves, I guess.
Yeah.
That's just what we do. But if it would have been Mama, me, you, and Kallie when we would have went to got our dress, or even just any given day and that song popped up, we would have done that.
Yeah.
And obviously we can't do the full effect of the moves while one of us is driving, because that's normally the way it goes. But yeah, we've been doing that for a while now.
Very emotional moment. Very, very happy moment.
Yeah.
It was just very good. I enjoyed it. And I saw a lot of people that don't normally crying. Like, I turned around, Blake and Hunter are kind of choking up.
Well, that Hunter did tell me that.
I mean, Hunter wasn't over there crying, but you could tell by the way they looked. They were trying to suck them in, you know?
Get back in there.
Get back in there, too.
Yeah. But yeah, so just an extra special thank you, shout out to Mama for all the work you put into for the wedding and all the stuff you put up with me or just anything else for the wedding, day of the wedding, everything. I do appreciate it, and I'm glad that it was you there instead of anybody else.
Yeah.
So thank you. Moving on after that. I went and changed into my reception dress. After that is when I went and changed.
Your little Converse.
In my Converse. And then a lot of people are already like packing up and trying to leave by then. And I was like, we got to have enough people to be able to do this send-off. And we had sparklers. And the amount of sparklers they ordered, we didn't even use half of them, I don't think. And
don't worry, we'll use them over the next few years with all these kids.
I know. And I wished that I would have thought to tell everybody to scoot in closer, because like for Ivy's wedding, they had sparklers, and I'm not saying this is why I did it, but for Ivy's wedding, everybody that had sparklers on each side, honestly, we were this far apart. And for my wedding, it was like double, triple that. So like for Ivy's wedding, the sparklers were literally touching right above where their heads were at.
Yeah.
There was sparks falling. That was cute. It made for great pictures, but I didn't think about it when we started walking out. And then when I look back at the pictures, I'm like, I wished I'd have got everybody closer.
You can tell them to edit more sparklers in and edit people. Put people from that side over here. Nobody will notice.
That's fine. I've already got some pictures back, and it's fine. It's not that I don't like the pictures. It's not their fault. I wished I would have thought about it, but I was just like, okay, we got to get this done.
Right.
So, but yeah, it was a good day, and it was actually it was better timing than Hunter and I thought, because we told each other, we told everybody, this is not going to be a midnight occasion. We are going to get out of here early, because we don't throw down, and we don't, we're not crazy like that. Not that anybody that does that is crazy. I'm just saying that's not our personality. And so
that's not what Hunter was doing in that living room.
I just thought about that. I was just thinking about that.
I've got video footage.
I do too. But that's just not how we are, especially in front of a lot of people. And so I knew that we weren't going to have a party or anything like that after the fact, and the send-off would be a send-off of everybody. So there was cleanup happening, and like Hunter and I think, stayed for like an hour to help clean up here and there a little bit, gather all my stuff from the carriage house, get his stuff from the groomsmen lounge, make sure everybody else got their stuff out of the groomsmen's lounge, kind of put some stuff in Hunter's truck and other cars and where things needed to go, making sure the dogs were taken care of, that kind of thing. And so we stayed for like an hour doing all that stuff, and we were on the road already good ways down the road at 8:45. Mm-hmm. And that, I thought, it felt like it was 11 o'clock, but it was 8:45.
We had been at it for 12 hours.
We were bawling. Yeah. We were like, yes, this is what we wanted, because we had to get back home. We had to unpack all that junk. We went through all of our cards that everybody got us, or gifts or whatever. We unboxed all that. We went through it. We kind of organized some stuff so that the house wasn't like looking like a tornado had just come through. We changed. We got into our pajamas. We had to pack the rest of our honeymoon stuff up, because he really didn't pack anything. I'm pretty sure until the night of, I want to say. I had already had like all of my good stuff, my good attire packed. All I really needed to put in was like toiletries and like, last minute stuff that I couldn't pack. And until the day of, chargers, that those kinds of, getting the pillows ready or whatever. But and like, I like to put everything in a little pile by the door, so we know that's what we're doing. And then I make little notes, hey, do not forget this. And I put them everywhere so that I don't forget stuff. And made sure sunglasses were out of cars and into the one we needed to be in, and like purses, or my purse, his wallet. We made sure everything was there. We got out a little cash for the both of us in case something were to happen. We got split up. We both had some cash on us, that kind of thing. So we didn't go to bed till like 12. Turned around, woke up at like 4 the next morning, headed out for the honeymoon. So
yeah. Well, y'all got to hear that little
wedding journey.
And happy Thanksgiving again to all of you out there. Happy Black Friday.
Ooh.
Today is Black Friday.
Yeah, but they don't do it the same anymore. They do it online. They do it 2 weeks before.
It don't hit like it used to. I remember Mama posting us up at those Barbies.
I was telling somebody that the other day. I said our mom would place us in an area if she could trust us enough. Like, me and you were mostly, we were close to each other. We could see each other. She could see us. But we were posted up at stations ready to grab something.
Yeah.
And I want somebody to get in a fight. Like, I want to hear them call over the intercom.
We saw them get in a fight over there at the TVs and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just want somebody to get in an argument, have a little confrontation, maybe a little punch here and there,
Somebody hit somebody else with a buggy.
And I saw TikTok, I think I sent it to you, but like, of people literally going out of their way to like snatch something from somebody or like,
that's hateful.
Plot on what they're gonna do, something like that. But nowadays it's just like, oh, is this the last one? I'll just buy it online. It's not even that big of a discount anyway, and like just walked away.
Mm-hmm.
What have we come to nowadays? Why have we not turned to violence?
COVID.
Why do we not stay on violence?
Yeah, listen, here's the thing.
Listen.
The country stays on violence 25/8, okay? But come Black Friday, y'all civil. What is going on?
What kind of sense does that make? Who wants to do online Black Friday?
Nobody. Let's do violence on Black Friday and be nice the rest of the year. How about that?
Amen. But
just
sacrifice one Friday.
Let me tell you what kills me. Thursday, Thanksgiving, we talk about what we're thankful for. Friday, we're going to the store and fighting people over stuff that we ain't got.
Tradition.
That's America.
That's the American dream.
That is what the American dream has come to. That is sad. Okay. But I do like the deals. Blake got me a computer last night, a new Apple computer for about $200 less than the normal price. Well, almost $300 less.
Yeah.
So, but we didn't have to fight somebody on Amazon to get it either. So, but yeah, Black Friday's never going to hit the way it used to.
No.
Unfortunately.
Miss those days.
But,
Honestly, I miss waiting in the line at Walmart for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
At night in the freezing cold, waiting to go in there, and then Mom being like, all right, this is what I want. Get this many of this. Stand right here. Do not take your eyes off me. I will not take my eyes off of you. Like,
you just
y'all
grab
keep
it.
an eye on each other. Keep an eye on each other. Grab it and come back to me. And we're like, okay, we know our job. And boy, we did it well.
We did that.
That was back in the day when Kallie didn't know, and we were getting stuff for her.
Mm-hmm. I remember specifically the Barbies.
Yes.
Right over there.
Kids thing that Kallie would have been good for.
You got her that box that you draw on. It's a cardboard box tent. Yeah.
I don't know.
I got her one of those. But yeah. Anyway, y'all, we're still doing commercials. We're still taking ads. Anybody wants to purchase an ad, they're $20 from now to the end of the year. Starting in January, unless you're grandfathered in, which means if you already have an ad with us. Starting in January, they're going to be $30 per month. What do you say? You think that's good? I mean, I feel like that's good.
I'll be honest with you, I tuned out there for a couple.
She's zoned out. So, yeah, if you want to get your ads for next year, go ahead and get them ordered now while they're still $20 a month.
That's true.
So, Black Friday deal for you guys.
Oh, also, Jennifer told me, Hunter's mom, Jennifer, told me the other day that Jennifer, help me.
Is this a shout out?
Jennifer Ray.
Skylar Ray's wife.
Yes. Liked the wedding pictures. Thank you.
Shout out to you, Jennifer.
Really appreciate it. I liked them too.
She's a loyal follower of ours.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
But yeah, so y'all just keep listening, keep liking, subscribing. We're still doing YouTube. I've figured out how to make it not grainy on YouTube.
Good.
And we are getting a new computer, and come January we will have a Jamie sitting in the corner, also known as Hunter.
Yes.
Pulling up all kinds of things for you. So we're stepping up our podcast game, guys.
We're gonna have some teasers to be looking into the future of what the podcast has to come, because there's some exciting things going on. There's some upsetting things. Just very dramatic, and we're gonna put a dramatic montage together.
Yes.
And
our Bible study. We're going to be doing our what do you call that? Remote Bible study?
Yeah.
Remote Bible study. So you guys are going to get to hear that every whatever day we pick. So that'll be a separate podcast. It won't be on this one. It'll be Beyond 21 Bible study. So we'll walk y'all through that. And we are so excited for all the new stuff coming.
Yes.
And I think that's going to be it for me.
It's going to be it for me.
Okay, then. This has been Beyond 21. I'm Caitlin.
I'm Callie. We'll see y'all.
Bye, y'all.